Good afternoon, everyone. Since now we have covered the PPT, I thought let us cover task 1. So the name of the unit is Apply Communication Strategy in a Workplace, BSBXCM401. Always, for any task 1, 2, 3, or 4, I will need this cover sheet signed. So that's where you put your name, your student number, the date you are submitting, signature, date you are signing, and all that thing. Yeah, that's my date. Okay. That's a basic thing which we have been doing for past 6 units. This task requires you to demonstrate skills and knowledge required to facilitate, apply communication strategy in a workplace, in your industry, or simulated workplace provider, either your own industry or the simulated workplace. There are 8 questions. Time is up to you. Let me talk about the due date. Yeah, the due date. Due date shall be 11. Okay, due date I think it's 31st July, but I'll still quickly check that. Yes, well, this is 31st July. For all the 4 tasks, there are 4 tasks of this unit. This is an open book assessment. All work must be your own. Yeah, this is why you are signing that document that is your work. Okay. This everything is standard, nothing new here. All questions must be completed in full. This is good, this is fine. Okay, that's a question. Question number 1. Briefly describe the legislation, the law that influence how we communicate and treat each other in the workplace. Provide 3 examples. So 1, 2, and 3, and its description. Yeah, the workplace rule. If you go over to the slides, this one. Human Rights Commission, age discrimination, racial discrimination, sex discrimination. These are 4 of them. There are many more as well. Okay. It's like 37 if you haven't changed anything. You just have to explain them in your own word. Do not copy and paste. Yeah, do not copy and paste, but paraphrase them. 1, 2, and 3. 3 legislation about communication. It has to be about communication, how you interact. Yeah. Okay. Question number 2. Describe your organization requirement about workplace communication in the following area: policy and protocol, code of conduct, and reputation and culture. You can talk about your own company, where you work, Department of Health or Department of Medical Center, Immigration Center. What are the policy and protocol, right? Like being ethical, being honest. If you receive a gift, you should declare it and all that thing. Yeah. What is the code of conduct? Yeah. Again, ethical principles, standard code of conduct, any standard practice follow any COVID hygiene, safety, and all that thing. And finally, organization, reputation, and culture. What is the organization reputation? How do you preserve it? Right? For example, I like working with APTC, but if that wasn't the case, let's assume that I don't like working with APTC. That does not allow me that I can use any social media or just say bad things about APTC. If I don't like something, I can always talk to my manager. If that doesn't resolve, still, it does not give me any right that I can say bad thing about any organization I work with. If we don't like it, go and change the organization you work. Yeah, but I should not intentionally harm the reputation of the company I work with. Yeah, that's not allowed. Next, describe the techniques for resolving following communication challenges. Challenge number 1, conflict with clients or team member. How do you resolve conflict with clients or the team member? Again, if you go to this, I have covered that. See, conflict with clients or team members. Okay. Again, do not copy and paste it, slide 32. Potential risk, same thing. Unethical, inappropriate communication, visual prompts, and communication that fall outside of the workplace. Everything is captured here. Again, let's repeat that. Technique for resolving some communication challenges. Number 1, conflict with team members or clients. If you have a problem with team members, how do you resolve it? Any potential safety hazard, how do you resolve it? Unethical communication, if someone doesn't talk with a proper tone of communication, how do you resolve it? Use of any visual prompt representation. And finally, communication that falls outside of workplace policy. Are you allowed to say anything within the workplace? Or does it prohibit some use of languages, words? Yeah. That everything will go for question 3. Question 4, describe the method and techniques for participating in a workplace discussion. If you have to get involved in a workplace discussion, what do you do? Include any active listening, questioning, providing feedback in your answer. It hasn't specified here, but I would write approximately 150 to 200 words. For all of them, sorry, I would expect this much. Question 1, 2, 3, 4, 152. You can go more, but minimum is 150. Yeah, don't make it just one sentence and finish it off. That's not good. So here you are talking about active listening, questioning, and providing feedback in your response. So we have covered active listening and everything. I just go to that. You can read a bit more about it. There it is. Active listening. I mean, we have a lot of it, interpersonal building, full attention, active listening, non-verbal, but we should at least talk about active listening, which is a lot here. Slide 18 and 19, questioning. Yeah. That is our question number 4. Question 5, describe the fundamental principle of cross-cultural communication. communication with special need or disability. Again, it will follow from here. People with varying different level of ability. So that's about this one. Cross-cultural communication is this. 21, 20, 22, and 3. If you could recall what we discussed, remember? We are saying about, be polite and patient. Don't treat other person unfairly because they have some disability. Be flexible. Don't assume that you know everything. You understand how the person is feeling pain, all that kind of thing. Yeah. There we go. Question 5. Again, 150 to 200 words. Three more question, and then we'll go on a break. Briefly describe the following presentation method and how you applied them in your workplace or simulated workplace. Formal presentation using visuals and font. How does it help you? How do you use that? Informal meeting. And written work instruction. Formal presentation. Yeah, visual aids. How does it help you? Informal meeting. Informal meeting. Yeah. Remember I was saying that, okay, if I have to talk about some assessment, I don't need to necessarily make it formal and send you an agenda and invite and everything. I can simply say, hey, I want to talk about this. Would you have 5 minutes and we can go over it? Yeah. Written work instructional process. If you have to operate any machinery, there should be some specific instructions, step-by-step thing. Let's say the bench, the table you are sitting on. Yeah, you are using right now, your laptop is resting on that. If you have to make such of it, you have to follow the step-by-step process for it. Yeah, if it is not already made for you. So this everything talks about the instruction and process or procedure. That was question number 6. Describe the communication method suited to your audience and workplace requirement. Here you can talk about verbal, non-verbal, and all that thing. There you go. This thing. Verbal, non-verbal, written, or visual. Write some example of each of them. Describe the communication method suited to your audience and workplace requirements. Describe key relevant features of the following communication style: passive, aggressive, and assertive, 4 of them. And you are talking about some key features of them. Yeah, where do we find about it? There it is: passive, aggressive, assertive, and each of them explain more in depth. Yeah, so there you are, 8 questions for you. End of assessment 1. Please make a note of the due date is 31st July. on the 4 tasks. Describe. This is describe. Okay, describe. Briefly describe, because there's more than again describe and describe. Okay, all of them are 150 to 200 words. 150 minimum. You can go for more than 200, no problem. You got enough space. Any question, either pass it to Karina or just email it to me. Yeah, let me start the recording.